everyone. Happy Thursday afternoon. Going to do a little bit of a baking session, if you will. Not technically baking, kind of more along the lines of that fat bomb concept like we had a couple of days ago with the cookie dough fat bomb. But today we're going to do Keto No-Bake cookies. I remember way back when I was in elementary school and high school, yes, it was way back, that no-bake cookies were a favorite thing of my sister and I. And it's basically the same concept for the recipe. The only difference is instead of using the big flake oatmeal or the whole oats oatmeal for the combination, we're using unsweetened coconut. So this particular recipe is going to be super easy. It's, again, you put it in the refrigerator to store, but super easy. Underneath a teaspoon of sugar or 4 grams of net carb per cookie. So again, a little bit of that guilt-free indulgence, and so I hope you like it. So what I've already got us started out with is a cup at 1 1/3 cup of creamy peanut butter. Now, if you want to do a crunchy peanut butter, yes, you can do a crunchy peanut butter. If you would maybe want to use almond butter, you could probably use almond butter. But the thing with almond butter is that it is a little bit more of a runnier consistency than the thicker consistency of peanut butter. So they may not set up quite as nice with an almond butter, but you could always use it for sure. So 1 1/3 cup creamy peanut butter, and to that we're going to add 2 tablespoons of melted butter, 2 cups of unsweetened coconut flake. So you can find the unsweetened coconut flake. You don't want to get the one that's kind of more sticky together. You can see that this is a little more fine and fluffy. That's because they haven't added a bunch of sugar to it to make it go up in that carbohydrate value. Coconut is actually a healthy fat, and it's a great thing to add into these types of recipes when you're wanting to cut back on the carbs. So our 2 cups of unsweetened coconut. I have 2 teaspoons of the Keto monk fruit artificial sweetener. Again, it's not an artificial sweetener, it's just what I call it, but a sweetener that isn't sugar or isn't sucralose or Splenda. So we're gonna put that in there. You can always add a little bit more if you'd like, if you like your things a little more sweet. And then we're gonna do 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract, and again, you want to use the pure vanilla extract because not pure extract has more sugar in it, so you want to use your pure vanilla extract. And then we do 2 tablespoons of unsweetened cocoa powder. Okay, again, important that we're using unsweetened cocoa powder to keep the carb factor down. So we're going to put 2 tablespoons of this in there. Very good. And then we stir it all together. May take a little bit to combine it overall because the ingredients are a little more dry, so be patient with it as it comes together. One of the reasons why I've been featuring a lot of the fat bombs is because fat, saturated fat in particular, and that's what you find in the coconut and in the peanut butter, is because fat keeps you full and satisfied. Plus, did you know that fat does not cause an insulin response? Weight, and when we're managing our weight or trying to lose weight, it has never been about eating less, moving more. It's never been about restriction of calories, but it has been all about insulin and the insulin response that is triggered when we consume foods that are high in carbs and sugars. And so you want to pick foods that are actually higher in fat and lower in the carbs and sugars and have more protein in them. Protein and fat keep you more full and keep you more satisfied. longer, so that you're not having these hunger spikes where you eat something and then a couple of hours later you want to eat again. So you want to, and quite honestly, I'm just looking at this as I'm putting this together. Sorry to interrupt my statement there, but I'm just going to add another tablespoon of cocoa powder, because I just think it looks like it's going to be more peanut butter than it is chocolate. So we're going to add one more tablespoon just to make it a little more chocolatey here. So going back to it, you don't want to feel hungry. If you want to control those cravings, you want to focus on fats and proteins and not the carbs and the sugars. As a result, your insulin level comes down. And when insulin is down, we have a much more controlled appetite. Plus, we're able to now access and burn body fat. I bet you didn't know that the more fat you ate, the more weight that you are going to lose, because of the fact that it does not cause an insulin response. Who knew, right? So much dogma out there that we've been following for years. And if you found that you're frustrated with the fact that you can't lose weight, or you go to the gym, almost every day, and you're restricting your calories and you're working out and you're not losing, maybe we've been told the wrong information for too long of a time. And maybe now it's a time to explore new options to help us lose that weight. And this is what I'm making, and the foods that I'm making over the last couple of weeks. These foods are going to be the ones that are going to break that dogma and give you the results that you've been looking for a long time. So I've got this all incorporated now, and what we're going to do is we're going to take our baking sheet, and I have it again covered in just a Silpat. You can put parchment paper or wax paper over the top of it if you need. And I'm going to take my little cookie baller here, and we're going to just ball it up, just like we did with the cookie dough fat bombs. And this recipe is supposed to make 20 cookies. So we're just gonna keep going along the way here. Once we get up to our 20 cookies, you're gonna put these in the refrigerator, or you can put them in the freezer if you're a little impatient and you wanna get at them a little sooner than later. And then once they're done, you take them out, and poof, you got a Keto No-Bake cookie for your enjoyment. Again, one cookie is about 153 calories, 4 grams of net carb, and 4 grams of protein. I hope you enjoy this really super easy recipe, and we'll see you for supper. Bye.